Heather from Hooked on Pickin. You ever wonder what happens after a fire sale? Well, we're going to show you. The girls are here and they're going to be boxing a lot of stuff. James had to run off to football practice, but normally he would be here boxing as well. So we're going to do the boxing, the invoicing, and you're going to get to watch the whole process. You guys are a true blessing in my life. Thank you so much for helping me put this content out there to everyone. If you'd like to join these great people, please consider supporting me through my Patreon page. Check the link below. So here we are, all set up, ready to go. Paul is way over there sitting at the table. He has got the master list of who bought what. So he is currently writing pick tickets is what we call it. I'll show you those later in the video. But it's basically got the person's name on them and all the items they bought. Then the girls grab one of those tickets. They walk around to the tables, find the number of the items that they bought, and then they box them up. Both of the girls will be helping us today. I'm over there at the computer, currently shipping items that were paid for before the sale started. And so if you see me label stuff, I'm actually putting it outside for the UPS guy to pick up. And then I'm also going to be helping a few times. You'll see me help with some of the larger orders. Once the item is boxed and has the label of the person's name on it, it's then placed on the table behind me. Once it's placed on the table behind me, I look up the person's name, and then I simply send an invoice via email. And so we already have your item boxed and ready to go. So as soon as you pay for it, it's just a matter of weighing it, slapping the label on, and out the door it goes. And so that's our way to make sure we get the weight properly adjusted for the shipping, and also to make sure that we get each and every one of your items invoiced. The process is going to take about 3 hours today. I have sped up the process so you do not have to watch the whole 3 hours, but it takes about 3 hours, and we had roughly just over 40 customers. So once I have the items labeled, I just simply set them on the table, and then they'll be all brought outside for the UPS pickup or for the post office pickup, depending on how they go. If you look, we're very, very good about packaging our items. We use standard size boxes that I order from my supplier. We usually package with lots of extra brown paper. This fire sale had lots of large items in it, and so you'll see a lot more bigger boxes than you're accustomed to seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and just let you watch the process. This is one of our largest orders that I am helping Faith with here. So we're collecting all the things, and now we're in an attempt to find a super large box to put everything in. I think that box is big enough for Faith to fit inside, but we don't want to ship Faith. She's amazing. So you see Lexi there gathering some of the purchases off the table based on the numbers that are put on her ticket. Paul is feverishly writing all the pick tickets of the 40 different customers. And then, of course, we always pad the box with lots of extra brown paper so nothing moves around or shakes. So I'm over there weighing the items, putting the weight on, and then I will be invoicing. So I sit at my computer. I have the list of items on one page, and then I have the invoices done on another monitor. So having two monitors is really handy. Don't worry, later in the video, you'll see that the girls realize that there's a camera on, and they have a lot of fun entertaining you later. So make sure you stay tuned towards the end. There's some really fun things that they do. So a lot of you see the hour of the fire sale, or sometimes an hour and a half, but this is the part that you don't see. So every fire sale roughly takes us about 8 to 12 hours to accomplish. So we've got about 5 to 6 hours in preparation, where we set everything up, make the master list, and get the warehouse ready for the filming. Then about an hour and a half is what you guys get to see on the live stream, where you get to participate in the actual fire sale. And then we do an additional 3 to 4 hours worth of invoicing, packaging, and shipping after the fact. So I have a scale over there next to the door. If you see me, I keep moving boxes there. So I put it on the scale. I write down the weight on the ticket. So then whenever it does ship, all I have to do is type in those numbers. I do not have to reweigh it. So that's an option. If you do any kind of shipping, if you have already weighed the item, why weigh it twice? Oh, look, I got my little baby Faith that I'm rocking. She's not so little anymore. So Lexi is boxing on the floor just because the boxes are so big, it's a lot easier to just tape everything on the floor. We usually give 2 separate workstations to each of our workers. So today the girls are helping us, but normally we have some other workers that help us boxing everything up. And it's always important to have 2 separate workstations so they don't mix up product and ship the wrong item in the wrong box. We've actually had wrong items be put in the wrong box, and then it's usually about a 30 to 45 minute delay trying to figure out exactly where the mistake was made. So we're very, very meticulous, and I'm happy to say that after the 40 customers got boxed this day, there were absolutely no mistakes, and then we got to go and see Mama Hooks, Grandma Hooks, and play some cards and games with her after the fire sale work was done. Say hello to Faith and Paul. So throughout the packing process, the girls ask us various different times, should I wrap this in bubble wrap? Should I put extra padding in this? And then we also give instructions such as make sure that you put each clothing item inside of a poly bag. If it's a grouping of items, make sure you package those together. Over there in the corner where you see the blue and brown boxes is where we keep all of our various different sizes of boxes. You probably noticed that they come back with the different sizes from that corner. I just thought you never get to see this behind the scenes process, so it'd be fun to go ahead and do this, especially because my own kids were working with us and they're totally fine being on camera. They actually will entertain you later. So in this instance, I'm helping to find a box because they've got kind of some big things that they'll be shipping. I'm still over there at the computers invoicing away. So just so you know, I actually have to put each individual item that you buy in your invoice. So when we have 83 items for sale, I actually invoice 83 separate items, although a lot of the items go to the same customer. Also, I go by customer information I have on file. And so if you've never ordered from a fire sale or maybe have a different YouTube name, then a lot of times I can't connect your actual name to your YouTube name. A lot of people assume that just because they're on YouTube, I have access to whatever their email address is or contact info, and that's just not true. The only way I can contact a customer is if they send me via email all of their contact info. So, you know, we've got some people with some really fun names, and so they are different from their regular names, so they usually shoot me an email after every fire sale saying, hey, just a reminder, this is who I am. As you can also see, we absolutely love to have fun during this process. We joke, we laugh, we play lots of music during this whole process. And so yes, it is lots of busy work, but the kids earn money to be able to spend when we do our summer vacations. They earn money. Lexi likes to shop for clothes, so she likes to earn money. There they go, doing a piggyback ride, which is super fun. So they work together very well. And they're very hard workers. So we're about an hour and a half in, and Paul is still writing the tickets of each individual item that the person buys. So we have to go through each of the pages that's recorded and show you what each person buys. And we'll show you kind of meticulously here. I'll show you the pick tickets right now that we make. And so I'll bring the camera kind of over Paul's shoulder here. And then I will show you. So he's got the master list that Faith writes on during the fire sale. So that's everybody's names. And then he writes them on these little sticky notes that get stuck to each box and then taped onto each box so we don't lose them, of each individual number that they buy and the cost for each number. And I use those pick tickets to make my invoice. So it tells the girls what goes inside the boxes. It gets taped on top of the boxes. And then I know what is inside each one of those boxes based on the number and the price that Paul writes on the pick tickets. There's the messy part of the warehouse. There's the things that are still left on the tables. Lexi over there, working hard. I'm helping Faith choose a box for her items. And I just bubble wrapped the cat piano. So I was helping her get her order ready. Then I'm going to invoice some of these other boxes that I've just boxed up. See that stack behind me? I've got to invoice those still. I usually catch them pretty fast, so you'll see me stop and help with packaging of some of the larger orders from time to time. We always have to make sure we have tons of boxes on hand before a fire sale. Because like I said, we have usually 40 to 50 customers every fire sale. It's a great way for the fire sale customers to get a great deal because they end up getting a discount on shipping because we ship everything together. And I guarantee you'll never pay more than $30 in shipping if you live inside the continental United States. And so it's just a nice way for people to get a lot of fun things. They can see the exact condition of the items because they're seeing it live on the fire sale when they buy it. Quite the process. So there was one instance of a customer who wanted some extra things put in their box, and that usually slows the process down. Because see that little box that Faith has? She was either going to have to unbox the items in that box, but now she's having to put other things inside of a box, including that little box. And so it was a package that was already done. But after an email, they wanted a few more items off the store, which makes the process go much, much slower if we keep having to redo boxes. This one was a fairly easy one for her to do because she didn't have to unbox the original fire sale items. But a lot of times when people request things after the fact, it's a lot harder to do. So I try to accommodate as best I can, but those are just some things that, you know, it's customer service. Reselling online, it is customer service. And so sometimes you have to accommodate. And I usually try to, especially with some of my regular customers. Just trying a little bit of a different view for you. You can't even see me back there hiding behind that stack of boxes that the girls have already done. Like I said, we had a lot of large items on this particular fire sale. Lots of appliances, big toys. We started doing bulk pallets again, which gave us a lot less items in each pallet, but they were much larger. But I have a good deal with UPS through my store, so I usually ship most of the stuff UPS. I generally don't ship anything on Fridays. unless it's a post office item, because I like to have all the packages done before I do any kind of shipping so that we can check and make sure there were no mistakes. So at the end of the fire sale, we go through, we count all of the items that are left and make sure those were the ones that were supposed to be left and that we didn't accidentally put the wrong items in the wrong packages. So we kind of double and triple check by Paul making the list, the girls checking the list, and then I go through the invoice and I have the list in front of me as well, and I double check before I invoice everybody. So usually it's triple checked before it is shipped off to you guys. Paul is actually building some orders from the store right now, and so you can kind of see him off to the right hand bottom corner there. He's building what's called mystery boxes. So we have a bunch of things that we totes and different things that we pull from when we build our mystery boxes to make sure that we give you guys enough profit in each one of the Pickin's mystery boxes. So we have mystery of mystery ones, home and gardens. So here's something people don't think of. I've got this large red box, and it was a $70 order, and I have no info. Sometimes this happens. It's very frustrating, but I actually, in this fire sale, had 3 buyers that I had no information on. And so either their YouTube name is different from their regular name, and I don't know that. Normally, once I find out your YouTube name, I tag it in your customer information profile, and then I'm always able to find it again. But for some reason, these 3 customers never sent me their info. And so I have about $200 worth of product that said it was going to be paid for, and then I have no way to invoice the person. So this is one of the kind of frustrating things that happens because I do this on YouTube. So I have no way to contact the person once they've purchased the item. So most likely, if I don't get info within a week, those items will be unboxed and they'll be available for sale either on my other platforms or they'll go on the next week's fire sale. And so although it looks like I make a lot of money each week, sometimes I don't get paid right away. We're coming to the tail end of a lot of our packaging. Like I said, this was about a 3 to 3.5 hour process after the fire sale was over. And so we'll be able to show you some fun, entertaining parts here in just a little bit. So right now, Paul is actually directing the girls to do some orders that are off the store, and they actually have started doing some Poshmark items, and they're shipping some of the eBay items. So on Fridays, I try to have all of these things shipped because Poshmark ships regular mail, which I can have picked up on Saturday morning. Some of the fire sale items, if they get paid for right away, end up shipping out regular post office Friday morning. But the majority of my fire sale items, especially the big boxes, end up going out Monday at about 2 o'clock, and they take about 2 to 3 days to arrive to the customer. So most people get their fire sale items, if they pay on Friday or Saturday, they usually get them before the next week's fire sale, so in less than a week. I'm not as quick as Amazon, wish I could be, but I try to do the best that I can. And then the things that go regular mail sometimes will take a week, week and a half to go that way. Regular mail is not the best option for packages, so generally, even if I have to eat $1 or $2, a lot of times I would rather ship an item UPS, and so that's why I do custom shipping on all of my fire sale items, because then I can choose which method of shipping I want to have, and generally I choose UPS because it goes so much faster and usually arrives in one condition. So that stack of boxes still on the table are yet to still be invoiced, and so I have still got a lot of items to invoice. The girls are having fun dancing in the background. So if you watch me, I'm going to start really invoicing fairly quickly here to get everything done. And Paul is collecting purchases from off the store. The shelves right there, underhooked on Pickin, are generally reserved for things that are for sale on the store. Here is where the fun starts with the girls. They got a little bit bored while we were doing some of the last minute shipping, so here's Lexi entertaining you. We're entertaining you there. We have a lot of fun in the warehouse. We have music going, the girls are dancing, of course picking on each other because they're sisters. Entertaining us. They're very skilled, aren't they? They're having entirely too much fun. Good old Lexi and Faith. Of course, doing so loving shoving there. Sister rivalry. They're like, what should we do next? I know, let's go crazy and just do crazy dances. Now Paul has them helping with some of the regular on-store orders. Putting things in poly bags, going and finding this, building this box, building that box. All the white boxes you see there are Poshmark items that sold in the last couple days. Faith is going to play peekaboo here in just a minute. It's really funny. They're walking in slow-mo. Only I kept it kind of normal speed, so now they look really funny. They're just walking in slow motion and going crazy. They're so much fun. Oh, I think here's the peekaboo. And Lexi does the same thing. Only I sabotage it. I photobomb. Video bomb. Watch. Here we go. Video bomb. So, as you can see, the pile's getting smaller. I have about 3 boxes next to the table and the 1 box left on the table, and then we'll be almost done invoicing everything. Faith is picking up anything we've dropped on the floor, little pieces of paper, packing tape, all that kind of stuff. We sent the girls outside. They're actually moving a couple of pallets to the back shed for us, so you won't see them for a few minutes while Paul and I continue to invoice. I'm just making room on the tables here. So usually the 3 tables that we had full of product that you see in the fire sale sneak peek for those of you patrons are now full of boxes, the 40 plus boxes that it took to package everything. So that usually stays full for about over the weekend. So we have the Friday fire sale, and then Saturday and Sunday the boxes are there. And usually I would say 50 to 75% of the boxes are gone by Monday because people have paid by then. We do have a few boxes that don't get paid for, and generally my rule of thumb is if you don't pay within 2 weeks, we unbox your item, get rid of your invoice, and we resell the item. I hope you enjoyed watching the process of what happens after a fire sale. Thanks for watching the time-lapse video. Now you know what happens after the fire sale is over. So that was a long time getting everything accomplished, probably about 3 or 4 hours to get everything accomplished. So these girls are hard workers. And we just want to say, and remember in the end, Jesus wins.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up.
And if you really like our videos, you can go down and hit the subscribe button.
Lexi says, you better go to Hooked on Pickin to find some amazing things. Hopefully you love this video.